Sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination that violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Title VII applies to employers with 15 or more employees. Sexual harassment can be unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature that explicitly or implicitly affects an individual's employment. These acts can also rise to the level of sexual harassment when they unreasonably interfere with an individual's work performance or create a hostile or offensive work environment. This video will discuss the topic of sexual harassment and the relevant laws in greater detail. For more information on this topic, visit workplacefairness.org/sexual harassment. What is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination and violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 when it occurs in the workplace. EEOC guidelines define sexual harassment as unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature when submission to such conduct is a term or condition of individual's employment. The requirement may be stated outright or may be implicit or implied. Submission to or rejection of the conduct is a basis for employment decisions. Conduct of a sexual nature has the purpose or effect of unreasonably interfering with work performance. Conduct of a sexual nature creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. Unwelcome is the critical word. Unwelcome means unwanted. Sexual conduct is unwelcome whenever the person subjected to it considers it unwelcome. Anyone, male or female, can be a victim of sexual harassment. The victim and the harasser can be a woman or man, and they can be the same sex. What kinds of behavior could be considered sexual harassment? What constitutes sexual harassment can vary depending on the situation and people involved. Sexual harassment might include unwelcome sexual advances or requests for sexual favors. Direct or indirect threats or bribes for sexual activity may be sexual harassment. Sexual innuendos and comments or sexually suggestive jokes may be sexual harassment in some contexts. Unwelcome touching or brushing against a person or displays of explicit material may be sexual harassment. Finally, attempted or completed sexual assault would be sexual harassment. Who can be considered a harasser in the workplace? The harasser can be the victim's supervisor, a supervisor in another area, a coworker, or someone who is not an employee of the employer, such as a client or customer. In fact, a victim of sexual harassment does not necessarily have to be the person directly being harassed. The victim could be an employee who is indirectly but negatively affected by the offensive conduct. We hope that you found this video helpful. For more information on sexual harassment, laws in your state, or any other issues related to workplace and employment rights, visit our website, workplacefairness.org.